When the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs established this award in 2019, it was meant to honor those West Virginians within minority communities that exhibit a life of excellence. I believe that it is highly beneficial to all citizens of our state to elevate and celebrate those who epitomize the greatness of West Virginia. After we have spent the month of February honoring prominent Black history leaders, HHOMA has chosen to close Black History Month by honoring unsung heroes who are currently making their mark in their own communities and our state. These are emerging leaders who may someday be remembered as prominently as those recognizable names and faces who we have honored each year during Black History Month throughout our lifetime. A groundbreaker is someone who has demonstrated in their youth that they have already begun to have a positive impact on their community. A pioneer is someone who has been identified as an emerging leader by their peers. They have a record of service in underserved communities. A trendsetter is someone who has at least 5 years of documented service to marginalized communities. They exhibit superior leadership abilities. Their work has impacted numerous lives, and they are highly respected by their peers. And finally, the Trailblazer, HOMA's highest honoree. The Trailblazer is someone who has risen far above the call of duty, either in their chosen career or in volunteer service. Their contributions are significant and their accomplishments numerous. Their commitment to excellence is evident in various aspects of their life, and their community impact is deep. They are a role model who contributes to the greatness of West Virginia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dave Temple, and it is time for the comedy portion of the evening. Now, before we get started, I need for this to work, you need to suspend your disbelief. Get in touch with your inner child. The inner child that used to be able to look at the television and someone like Pee Wee Herman or Grover would ask them a question and you'd go, yeah. You know, like when the TV talked to you, you actually talked back, you know? Remember that Pee Wee Herman would be like, hey, what's the magic word? And when this happens, you all at home go crazy. And then the magic word would happen and everybody would go, ah! Right? It's crazy. Psychotic behavior, but it was fun. And that's the way this will be fun. So when I talk to you, I don't care if you're looking at your computer screen, go ahead and talk back. Let's give it a try. On the count of 3, say, hey, Dave. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for those of you who said it. The rest of you who are kind of like, is this dude serious? Yeah, I'm serious. I see you. I see you looking at me doubted. Don't do it to yourself. Don't be a complicated audience member. Look at you. Wait, can he see me? Ooh, this is freaky. Is he live? Can he see me? I don't know. Pause it. All right, I ain't really think all of that out, but do you get it? I'm silly, people. We're here to have a good time. Clap it up. Come on, great. Go crazy if you're ready to have a good time. Make some noise. Go, ah! All right, some of y'all still ain't gonna give it up. Whatever. More fun for me. So, what's going on, everybody? Just taking a little toll. Look at all my little non-essential workers out there. Yeah, there's a non-essential audience. Oh, yeah. Friday, 7 o'clock, you on a computer, watching people give out awards. Yeah, you got a little bit of energy. My essential workers, they're tired. They have had enough of watching people not have to sit in traffic. They are like, why do I still have to work? Why do I still have to do this? Non-essential workers, what else? We're exploring new fun, trying to figure out what to do. Was anybody else offended being labeled non-essential? Was anybody? I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, all right, it's the end of the world. I got skills. What do you need me to do? It was like, sit your non-essential butt down. I'm like, what? Sit your non-essential butt down. McDonald's worker, you come through. You sit down. I'm not playing with you. You're like, whoa, that's not how you talk to a citizen. That's how you talk to a family member you don't want anywhere near the kitchen the night on Thanksgiving, right? Like, hey, get in that living room, sit down, man. I will send you a plate. That's what the government said. Go sit down. I will send you money. Sit down, man. I'll send you some money, man, for you hurt somebody, man. We don't need that. We don't need that. Was anybody else happy to see that additional $600 a week go away? Come on, be honest. I know some of y'all work for the state. Y'all see, how. Be honest. I'm talking about from a point, not even from an economic point of view, from a point of view of just how people were acting. That's why I didn't like the way people were acting. People thought they were way more successful than they were. Like, come on, bro. You haven't had 4 figures in your checking account in 2 years. You do not generate this kind of money. Now the broke dude is at the house. Who wants Uber Eats? Shut up. You shut up. That is not your lane to start asking people who wants Uber Eats. No, I will not tolerate this new behavior from you. Which, by the way, the fact that we got to that point with food delivery, like it's okay to leave my pizza on the curb in front of my house. Like we're there. I'm okay with that. You understand what I'm saying? A year ago, if my pizza wasn't hot and ready in the bag, I'd be like, yo, give me another one, right? Now, your delivery guy can come in your building, open an elevator, and kick your pizza down the hall. You'd be like, oh, thank you. It's better this way with all the cheese in the corner of the box. Things are different. Do you understand that? We are never going back to being the same. And that $600 a week was a terrible thing. Like my barber would not show up when the world opened back up. When the world first opened back up, I'm texting my barber, yo, I'm ready to get a haircut. He's like, no. And I knew it's that $600 a week. He don't need to cut. He got an additional $600 a week. Now I got to start over with a new barber. I don't want to do no new barber. I live in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Okay. All of the barbers here are Dominican. You know what it's like to start over with a new Dominican barber? Soon as you sit in a chair, mustache, gone. Who starts a haircut there? Huh? Like, Poppy, look at me. I need my mustache. I need my mustache, Poppy. I can't just be a black man out here with no mustache. This isn't reggaeton, Poppy. Like, just a regular cut, man. Get off the phone. And that's the problem. He's always on the phone. I don't know if you noticed that. You know what I mean? Dominican guys always on the phone, just talking to people back home. I try to get his attention. Hey, Poppy, listen. I need you off the phone. Before you get him off the phone, I need you to focus. Because last time, that mustache thing, unacceptable. Poppy took the phone away from me. He said, hey, you know my friend. You know my friend. On the phone, it's my friend. You know my friend. I was like, wow. I actually kind of respected that level of honesty. Like, no one has ever, only person that's ever looked me in the face and told me I was not their friend was my mother. You might ever have a mom tell you that? You are not my friend. I am not your friend. That's a single mother tell you that in a heartbeat. I am not your friend. I love you, but I am not one of your friends, right? That's how they talk. Like, and then you got to pay attention to the statement that they're saying there. Like, she's telling you, hey, listen, I gave birth to you before I was financially able. All right. Now I'm a real chick. I'm going to do what I got to do. But come on, man. I am not your friend. You find out your mom is not your friend. You upset. You got to go to therapy. Ugh. Okay. You ever try to tell your mother you're going to therapy? Black moms, they go, well, what you going to therapy for? Huh? Why? So you can talk about me? Huh? You want to talk about me? Huh? You don't need to go to nobody to talk about what's going on in this house. You want to talk about what's going on in this house? You talk to me. All right? You talk to me about your problems, but don't forget I am not your friend. You're like, this is confusing. I don't understand this message you're trying to send me, lady. Oh, man. This is great, though. Like, this is probably the safest way to do a show in West Virginia. Like, and not even off like, I'm not scared of coming back. You know, I did enjoy myself the last time I was out there, but I think this is the safest way to do a show with Karens. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, whew, they see too many people in the room. There's too many of you. Like, ooh, Karens were a necessary evil during this pandemic, right? As annoying as they might be, you gotta admit, like, we need that. Like, how many of you it took the pandemic for you to be like, all right, maybe I should start washing my hands, right? Like you knew what you were supposed to do this whole time, but some of y'all just like, and we be seeing them. We be in the bathroom. You watch somebody leave out the bathroom, like you're not gonna say nothing, right? No, because that's not your business. You know who will say something? Karen. Karen, every time. That's not the way that's supposed to be done. Like we need, has anyone here seen a Karen like in real life, like with your own eyes, not like a video or anything like we had one here in New York, this lady Cooper in Central Park. This was a big story because this woman, she was walking her dog in the morning, right? White lady, and it was a black guy who was bird watching. And the lady did not have her dog on the leash. So he asked her, hey, put the dog on a leash, because you're scaring away the birds. Her response was to call the cops and, basically say, hey, I'm being assaulted by a black man. It was terrible. Like, really, he filmed it. He caught all of this awful behavior. She lost her job, everything. One of the unpopular opinions that I don't think anybody really talks about in that particular story, my man kind of should have been minding his own business, right? Like, hear me out. Like, who are you to tell anybody to put their dog on a leash? You're just out at 6 a.m. Like, this is what happens when you give people an additional $600 a week. They start worrying about things that are a little bit out of there. First of all, we up bird watching? Really? An additional $600 a week got black folks up bird watching. Okay. Hey, listen, there's a lot of things that I have been trying out during the pandemic. That was not one that I even thought to. And I'm glad that $600 a week got you there. When you was like, you was feeling yourself to the point you was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try out some Karen behavior. Because that's the problem. You tried to out Karen. You can't out Karen. She's been doing this her whole life. You just started this behavior at the beginning of the pandemic. You understand? Like, Karen is a lifestyle. She's been a Karen since she was a baby. Karen started out in the womb. You named Karen because you was a complicated pregnancy. Everything your mother ate, she just kept send it back. Like, I can't keep nothing down. This must be a Karen. You understand? Like, Karen is a lifestyle. You're not ready. You was out there trying out your hand and, oh, excuse me, could you leash that animal? She was like, oh, you want to play? Police, I'm being assaulted by a black man. He's like, whoa. She's like, no, that's how we play. Come on, level up. Like, you're not ready. You know what I would like to see? I'd like to see Karen versus Karen. Ooh, Karen versus Karen, like just two Karens going at it. You'll never see that. Because Karens don't acknowledge one another. It's like homeless people. They don't see each other. They just Karen's a lone wolf, man. Like, I think that if you were to see like a pack of Karens, like 5 Karens just come into a diner, that's scarier than murder hornets, man. Because you're gonna get some calls like, can I speak to your manager? Like, ugh. Well, while we're at it, has anyone here ever asked to speak to someone's manager? Let me ask you. I know we level up sometimes, folks. We do. Ain't nothing wrong with leveling up, and nothing wrong with demanding quality service. I'm full on that. But let's not forget our time in the service industry. If you've never worked in the service industry, talk to some people and understand when you ask to speak to customer service, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting it. Customer service is dead, man. Nobody care. If you ask to speak to a manager, first of all, it's disrespectful to ask to speak to someone's manager. Hey, I was here. We could work this out. You talk to me. I was here. But no, you want to go get my boss so you can tell on me. You want me to get somebody so you can tell on me, right? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Like, I wish I would. If I go to get my manager, you understand? I'm leaving. I'm never coming back, right? You understand that, right? Like, you will see me help everyone else in the store. Also, he must be busy. I don't know. Like, no, I'm not getting a manager. And what do you think? He's going to fire me? We're friends. We are friends. You understand? The manager and I, we smoke together before and after work. We are buddies. I can't get fired. I'm funny. Do you understand? Charisma is why people keep their jobs. You all work with some people now where you're like, how did you get this job? Because they funny. You know, there's some people that you look around, you're like, you really get to work here? Yes, they funny. That's been the other thing too, doing these Zoom meetings and stuff for work. Has anybody noticed that now? Like, you can always tell who's in upper management on a Zoom meeting because they got the virtual background. Like, they don't want nobody to see how good they living. You know, nothing to see here. It's just a pirate ship and some seaweeds. Right? All the other employees in their studio apartment. Hey, could you cut on your camera? I just need to see who I'm talking to. Right. Or has anyone logged into a Zoom meeting and found out their boss gets no respect at home? It's just he's broadcasting from a powder room. I'm in here, honey. Please, could you guys just give me a minute, right? You're like, we never had to listen to this guy. Wow. Then you got the people that can't get their animals together. You see a cat just walking across the thing. Where my dog people at, man? Dog people. Yeah. It's fascinating with the dog people, man, because I always want to know when I ask people, I'm like, yo, are you one of those, like, do you lick your dog in the mouth? You know, see the people do that. And I'm like, everyone's always like, no, I don't do that. It's like, yeah, you can't get somebody to admit that. You're never going to get somebody to admit that they lick their dog in the face. You don't, like, no one's going to tell you that. You see it. You just see it. You're at somebody's house and the dog jumps up in their face, in their lap, and starts licking them. And they're like, that's how you know, oh, this is what happens when I'm not here. Because you can't teach a dog social etiquette. You can't teach him, hey, we don't do that in front of company. No, dogs know one thing, go time. They jumping on that, hey, it's licky time. You're like, hey, confusing them, sending them mixed messages. I'm not even judgmental. I just want to know how it starts. How does it start? Like, you know, like, what is it like? I don't know. First time the dog jumps up in your lap, you kind of like, hey, man, what you doing? Like, after being quarantined for like 9-10 months, you're like, all right, go ahead. Give me a little. Oh, my God, man. Cat people, oh, that's different. That's cat people, that's even worse, man. Like, I mean, and no disrespect to the cat owners, much love, but like, to love an animal that does not love you back, you got to have a different kind of self-esteem, man. Cats do not want to be there. Cats do not, they like, first of all, you ever see someone try to present a cat? They hold the cat up and like, here, check out Mittens. And Mittens is all like, and they're like, oh, he's a little moody. Let me go put some peroxide on these wounds. I'll be right back. It's like, get rid of this animal. That thing just tried to kill you. Like, people never respect the attempts of little animals, you know? Anybody ever walk in a house and there's like a little dog been nipping at your hips, at your heels for about 4 minutes since you done walked in the house? Yep. And they're like, hey, it's Cooper. And then you don't realize it, but you're like, oh my God, he's trying to kill me. He is trying to kill me. If he were little, if he were bigger, he would murder me. And I'm so sorry that I'm not respecting you, little dog, right? You ever see a dog hump a teddy bear? You see a little dog hump a teddy bear, you be dying laughing. Look at look. Like, he is serious. He is trying to get this teddy bear pregnant, and you sit there laughing. Respect them little animals, man. But yeah, cats, a bit of psychosis, man. A bit of psychosis because, first of all, this is the thing that fascinates me about the cats, the litter box. The litter box. How did you discover that this is what the cat needs? Like, this is what the cat, like, he doesn't want to go outside and use nature like the rest of the animals. This cat needs the beach. The beach, specifically the beach. Has anyone here ever pooped on a beach? No, you wouldn't do that because that's insane and it would ruin the beach for everybody, right? But like, cats exclusively poop on beaches, which is like, whoa, do you understand? Like that is a weird animal. And then they sit there and they watch you. They watch you scoop it and go ahead, get it all out. And you're like, all right, hey man, if that's who you telling me is your friend, that's your best friend, cool. You know what I mean? I feel like I would want to be more friends with a person that has a cat than a person with a dog. Because that person lets you take advantage of them. Cats offer nothing. All right, I'm sorry. Let me stop picking on cats. My cat people. What else I want to talk about here? I'm glad that the election is over. Not even like anything political. I was just tired of getting the text messages, man. The text messages, they were overwhelming from just celebrities. This is Magic Johnson. Like, no, it's not. And this is what was so troubling about the text messages, man. Like during the pandemic, we all kind of retreated to ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we were like, hey, like, like you weren't hearing from anybody. No one was sending out text messages or calling. So for you to get a text message, you get all excited. Who's thinking of me? Nobody. It's like this. I don't have any real friends. It says Magic Johnson, but it's not Magic Johnson. I think that when this is over, I'm going to take some steps to live better. I want to live better now. I've realized during this pandemic, men, we're not good at living. We don't know how to do it. Women are better. I live in New York, one of the most expensive cities in the world. Woman in this city can make $28,000 a year. She'll somehow have an apartment, food in the fridge, fully furnished, clothes in the closet. I don't know how to do it. They just make it work, fellas. They're way more craftier than we are, man. A man, same city, can make $190,000 a year. He's sleeping on a futon in front of a big screen TV, and he's drying off with sweatpants, and there's takeout containers everywhere. Because that's how men are. We have no idea how to live. And then we get mad when women come in and try to spruce our life up. Anybody ever have a woman come in and try to spruce up your life? You get mad, you know what I mean? Like, because it's different. You can't understand it, but it smells better, it looks better, it's better lit, and you got weird things like candles and rocks all on the back of the toilet. You got to poop like this, leaning forward. There's a cactus back here, But I mean, whatever, they know how to do it. Men, we don't know how to emote. We don't know how to have a good time, Ladies were able to let each other know they miss one another during the pandemic. That's huge. That's huge to be able to call your girls up and go, girl, we need to hang out when this is all over and done with. Fellas, we have friends we hadn't seen 10 years before the pandemic started. We have no idea where they are. And we don't care. We steady in the basement, just getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Because that's all men do. We just isolate and get weird. Learn how to emote, fellas. Learn how to express yourself, man. Like, I want to do something different when this is all over, said and done with. Like I'm 38. I've been black this whole time. Nothing wrong with being black, but I'm like, this is the end of the world. I'm going to try something else, man. It's 2021. I can identify as whatever I want to. So maybe I identify as a Chinese billionaire when this is over. No, I think like when this is over, definitely do more. Whatever it was you were thinking about doing, go ahead and do it. You felt every hour of this. You felt every day of it, and you realize, hey, do what makes you happy, man. And I'm glad to be here again at this annual Trailblazer Award, because we're here to give out some awards to some people who did just that. But it didn't take a pandemic for them to get started. These award recipients that we're about to introduce, they all were exemplifying the characteristics that I pushed well before the shutdown. And we're here to honor them tonight. Groundbreaker. The HHOMA Groundbreaker is someone who has demonstrated in their youth that they have already begun to have a positive impact on their community. This year's Groundbreaker for 2021 is Tracy Phillips.
Greetings and hello to everyone out there watching. I mean, how cool is it to be a part of this virtual awards ceremony? I am so honored and grateful to be a recipient of this award. You know, when the Office of Minority Affairs was first being formed, I worked at the state capitol in a communications capacity, and I was so excited to hear about this new office. I actually think that I have personal emails to every employee and every executive director that has ever worked for this office, but I was just trying to show my enthusiasm for the mission, especially here in West Virginia. And then you fast forward about a decade later, and it is such a wonderful experience to be awarded the 2021 West Virginia Groundbreaker Award. It's a feeling of accomplishment to be recognized and honored by your peers. And although I don't know who nominated me for this award, I'd like to think that someone out there felt I was worthy of this achievement because I'm passionate about my mission. I researched the word groundbreaker, and it said that it's a person who's an originator, an innovator, or a pioneer of a particular activity. And as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as an executive director, as a media and marketing professional, as a wife, as a mother, as a minority, and as a woman, I humbly accept this award, not for the things already done, but a fuel to the fire to accomplish even more. No person can accomplish great things by themselves. Luke 1:37 says, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." And I thank God, I thank Him every day for His presence in my life. I would like to thank my husband, my partner, and my best friend the most, who was there with me when I was still a dreamer and is here to live out and execute the dream with me today. I thank him, and I thank my children for being my motivation. I thank my parents and our in-laws and our entire family for being the pillars of support on this journey with us. I would also like to thank our partners, our friends, and various organizations that have supported our efforts since inception. Organizations like the Partnership of African American Churches, the Berea Seventh-day Adventist Church, the Financial Literacy Boot Camp, Markel Marketing, Mesh Studio, the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs, and so many more. To everyone that has been a part of our journey of innovation in West Virginia, I wholeheartedly thank you and express my gratitude. To Jill Epson, to Michelle Petties, to your board, to Governor Jim Justice, thank you for the work you are doing for the great state of West Virginia through the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs. Peace, blessings, and thank you to you all.
The Pioneer Award. The HHOMA Pioneer is someone who has been identified as an emerging leader by their peers. They have a record of service in underserved communities. This year's Pioneer Award goes to Regina Riley and Leo Riley.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are extremely honored to receive this award from the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs. To be quite honest, we were surprised when we received the email informing us of this award. We're still trying to figure out who submitted our names. We are humbled and honored to have been considered for this award and to be in the company of so many other deserving nominees and winners.
Thank you to HHOMA for this honor. Thank you to our church family, from the administrative secretary to the cleaning staff, for their service and faithfulness in helping us fulfill the vision to serve our community. Thank you to the Fairmont community for their support. And last but not least, we thank God for health, strength, and for the honors, for the doors that He's opened to allow us to be a blessing to the community. Thank you again. We're truly honored.
Thank you.
The Trendsetter Award. The HHOMA Trendsetter is someone who has at least 5 years of documented service to marginalized communities. They exhibit superior leadership abilities, their work has impacted numerous lives, and they are highly respected by their peers. This year's Trendsetter for 2021, Francis Jones.
First of all, I would like to give thanks to God, because I couldn't have done anything without Him in my life and guiding me. I am truly led by His Spirit. And I would also like to thank those who believed in me, supported me. And that is, that would be the Timbrook Motors in Kaiser, West Virginia. That would be the Mineral County Chamber of Commerce, and also the WVU Medical Center in Potomac Valley Hospital, and my great board and members, and so many other. I was very surprised to be nominated for this Trailblazer Award. Kaiser is where I was born and raised, and I left my hometown after my children were grown and my husband passed away. I said I would never come back to Kaiser. But God had other plans for me. God put a hunger and so much love and concern in my heart for my hometown. He gave me a vision and a desire in my heart to see change in our community. Everything God gives me is about loving others. I just want to give this quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace. It is a privilege to be honored. And I want to thank everyone for even believing in me. And even as we journey on this journey in the Outreach Center, it's just starting, but I have big visions and big dreams for what God has for it, and that we're going to reach many people out there. So I'm asking for prayer, for support, continue to support the vision that God has given me. I dream big. I'm a visionary and I like action and I love people. And I know the only way that we're going to be able to come together is that we work together. And that's my heart as well, is connecting with one another here, working together, loving one another. That's what Loving Hands is all about, reaching out with loving hands. Thank you, and God bless you.
The Trailblazer Award. HHOMA's highest honoree, the Trailblazer, is someone who has risen from far beyond the call of duty, either in their chosen career or in volunteer services. Their contributions are significant and their accomplishments numerous. Their commitment to excellence is evident in various aspects of their life, and their community impact is deep. They are a role model who contributes to the greatness of West Virginia. This year's Trailblazer for 2021, Reverend Frank Jones.
Greetings. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Petty and the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs and its director, Ms. Jill Upson, for the consideration of this Trailblazer Award today. It was once said, men walk in the direction which they look, and if they take a backwards look, they will have a backward step. I'm honored today to be recognized as a trailblazer in the state of West Virginia. I've always been taught that we are to do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. This has been my motto for over 50 years. I have tried to let my work be known in the field of education for over 30 years, where I served as a history teacher, a guidance counselor, and a school administrator. I have pastored 2 churches, each for 45 years, where I hope that my effort has helped those in the community which I served. I have served the community as the president of the Williamson branch of the NAACP, where we fought for the rights of all of its citizens. And for more than 16 years, I have served as the Executive Secretary of the West Virginia Baptist State Convention. I have tried to do whatever God has allowed me to do. I would like to say one voice, one stretched out arm, one shoulder, one compassionate heart. It's what it takes to do this work. So I'm standing in the gap until the next armor bearer takes over. Let me conclude this session by using this example. It was said that someone came along and saw a turtle on a fence post and wondered how that turtle got there. They finally concluded that the turtle did not get there by himself, but that if he got there, someone else had to put him there. I use that example because that is what I believe happened to me. I'm not here today to be recognized because of my efforts, but because of the efforts of those that have worked with me, beside me, and helped me to press forward. I'm grateful for those people because if it had not been for them, I would not have been able to receive this award today. So I thank you for them, and I thank them for you. Once again, I'm extremely proud, sincerely humbled, and honored to be the recipient of this award today. May God bless you, and may heaven smile upon you.
Thank you, West Virginia, for celebrating Black History Month with the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs. Congratulations again to all of our winners. Please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at WVHHOMA and check out our website at minorityAffairs.wv.gov. Thank you, and God bless.